I could probably have you beat if I rolled mine up.
Dude, it's like
Mr. Translucent.
It's day 3 of shorts in 2023.
You're so pale. You look blue from all the veins.
You know that you know that this is always unfiltered, right?
Yeah, we do.
So this is us behaving.
Yeah.
We're behaving right now.
I think we had trust issues with you from the last interview. I thought you were going to cut that out, and then when you aired it, I'm going to be a good boy from now on.
It's called NSL TV Unfiltered, okay? So you want to be aware of it.
We had sponsors asking us if I was going to be okay.
Well, hold on. You have two different segments. You have the unfiltered, which is when you walk around with the camera, right? And then you have your interviews, which is typically edited. Typically.
He is right. He knows the NSL.
It was a good
TV better than
you do.
Okay, fine. But some of the funny stuff I'll leave in anyway. So let's say I have to change the name. It's NSL Live Talk Unfiltered.
Career ruining moments.
You should go through all of those. You probably have years and like decades of interviews, and you should go through and take the beginning part, like before it becomes official, and just make a funny edit of that.
Like the bloopers, an NSL Live Talk blooper.
Yeah. He'll ruin 4-way forever. Cancel culture.
Done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I have to introduce those guys here anymore. They're having too much fun. That's actually, I just have to hold my microphone and turn the thing on, and then we get more than enough. So I don't have to introduce anybody here anymore.
Morning now call for the Otter. This is your now call.
So competition is over. We are at the end of the Shamrock Showdown 2023. And I was hoping that I could introduce a new team member, but she was too shy to come to the microphone. Ileana, what's going on? Where's Chris? Did you fire Chris, or did we fire Andrew, or what's going on? We had
Chris
a new
is
team member.
Getting a massage again.
No, no. The whole thing about firing people, those days are over for Airspeed. He's helping out. What's the Craig and Eliana's team? What are they?
Poor decisions.
Yeah, poor decisions. And Eliana has a back thing, and Chris is filling in, so he's doing something great for the meet.
Chris is doing double duty, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the idea was to introduce Eliana, who is on the ground actually now as the newest team member after Andrew Heppick, but it failed. So here we are.
Why are you trying to troll the 4-way community so much? People are gonna watch your interviews and be like, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so Howard, let's do an interview with each other.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
What does the audience want to know? So Airspeed won the first outdoor competition of the year. No big surprise. We expected that somehow, but it was a little bit more challenging maybe than you thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, no news. My leg is, been an issue for Airspeed at the beginning of this year. So we did the indoor nationals. I did a few rounds that I felt like I could without any collision risk. I didn't know if that was, a good thing to do or not. But Monday morning, woke up, my leg felt great. So the indoor nationals didn't have any negative consequences of my leg healing. And it's been healing a little bit more. And we jumped last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you ask me on Friday, I would say we're not going to the Shamrock. But Saturday, I'm like, we're going to the Shamrock. It's a week ago. So we did about 30 jumps at home. Really the only jump training we've done, more or less, since the World Meet, and then we just showed up here, did 6 jumps, and then the meet. So for us, I'm just happy to be here, that my leg is feeling better today after 3 days of jumping in Florida, so it's healing. But then also for us, coming in to meet with no training and having to just to trust each other, it's been fantastic. Yeah.
Well, you surely are a trooper. did you? I mean, you saw the whole drama of the. By the way, can we look at the video that you were filming of the beautiful video of the draining of the knee thing? I don't know if we should show that.
Just trust me on this one.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
And so
anytime I show the video, it's like people just run away. So
yeah. When you saw
we want to
that,
draw attention to your website. We don't want people to,
but these days people love those kind of videos. Well, we're not going to show it. There's no way. It's ugly. So when you saw the video and when you saw what's going on, I mean, it's not pretty. Were you kind of a little bit worried that he may not be able to?
I mean, of course, there was a risk that we couldn't go, but I can't say we were worried. It's just, look, we have a situation, we have to play it out. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't think, or at least speaking to myself, there was no stress about it. The stress about it was related to the surgery, that the fact that it was a staph infection. That was the scary part. It's like, is Nick going to be okay? The team stuff, the team will be fine. We've handled way worse situations.
Like what? No, just kidding.
Been there, done that, and this is just a bump in the road. So Nick is doing great. He's healthy. There's no risk of any complications.
Is there any pain with the jumpsuit on that and stuff, and
No.
when you're nothing? So
I was just telling the guys today when we flew, it felt better than ever. Meaning before my injury. So it's healing. Everything is great. I had I was concerned about a collision because it was still an open wound. Other than that, I had a couple of the finish of a block 2. I had him not pick me up because it's right at the place where he wants to pick me up.
Oh, that's
So I asked him to pick me up higher up on the shin. And then in the meet we had that round where we had the
4-2F, and you gave me the green light to close it normally as we were getting on the plane, right? And
No, we were climbing. We were like at 4 grand.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go for it.
I'm
He's like,
yes.
Give me that banana.
because we needed that F to be kind of small,
Yeah.
right? And I knew if I grabbed the ankle, it'd be like.
I don't even want to think about it now.
no, it's just fine. So, so really, when it all started, and the prognosis of my healing, we were just looking for Slovakia, really.
Yeah.
So getting the indoor meet and getting Shamrock are complete bonuses. I feel extremely happy about that. So the Shamrock here is really the beginning of our training season for this year. Anything that happened before now has literally been, this is it. So I'm very happy because just going through a competition unprepared is more nerve-wracking than going through a competition prepared.
Yeah.
So as far as that has been concerned, it's been a huge boost for our confidence and for us as a team. And you've been put in a situation where with training you would never be here. So being able to trust the team, just to book flights, fly to Florida, do a meet with nothing but just what we've done before on current. And that in itself has been a very good opportunity for the team.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, for the 4-way, we have tons of caravan jumps, but a while ago, right? So it felt pretty raw. You know, the first couple of pages, like, what the hell's going on? You know, and then the skydive find itself.
Yeah.
For Brennan, he came in with 6 caravan training jumps the day before the meet.
Yeah.
So collectively, that experience builds trust in an enormous way.
Big deal?
Yeah, I don't know, big deal, but it was definitely like getting thrown into the deep end with only being able to doggy paddle. So.
Well, I didn't see any marks on the score sheets out the door, so you did well, obviously.
Yeah.
I was in the judging room all the time, so I keep my eyes on it.
It's time to keep training.
Yeah, and you're switching jump plane now again. You're done today, and Chris is still busy, so you cannot. But tomorrow you have a plan for tomorrow.
Yep. We're gonna do some training jumps out of the pack, the jump plane that we'll have in, Israel in a year and a half.
Yeah. So Scott of Deland has a Pack 750 XL or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And that's what they have in Israel in 2024, and so that's it's a world meet airplane. And I've never jumped it with my team. I might have 10 jumps, maybe 5 jumps out of a pack. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. And we walked over to the hangar the other day, and when we got winded out, and we kind of lined up all our exits, and we have a good plan. We're just gonna jump it and see. And that's gonna see if see what's going on. We have no idea.
So you can just do what the teams do in the tunnel. You do one exit, then you go back outside, then you do the next exit, and then
Yeah, we've set up a trampoline in the hangar. So, a couple of crash pads.
Yeah.
We've got a bucket of Vaseline to just lube up Chris, make sure he can squeeze through the door. It's gonna be a good time. I like that.
So
I'm coming to that training. I don't know what we're doing. I'll be early.
But Vaseline's involved.
There's Chris coming.
That's great.
There's Chris coming. We should invite him over here quickly. Anyway, the pack situation that we're going to look into this. We'll have the Shamrock next year from the pack. I think we'll do that.
Cool. Good.
At least for the national teams, so they can have the test here too.
Yep.
And now the Shamrock seems to gain momentum again, so we are all happy to see that. And we'll go back to Deland for sure, for that with the pack. What about the competition itself now? What are you taking away?
Well, first off, I think that you brought up that coming out of the pandemic, like this competition is showing more interest again. I think this Shamrock kind of represents maybe what you intend the Shamrock to be, in that it's a check-in with teams that are not like, they haven't had time to train enough to peak for this competition, but you kind of get to see the playing field. And it was very interesting for us to do that because the French did so well. They did so incredibly well, and it kind of illuminated to us kind of what the next 18 or so months is going to be like.
So that is a good takeaway. I mean, it's a fact of just looking at the numbers. In Eloy, they were 40 points behind you. Now they're 20 points behind you. Well, is that kind of, you take that serious, obviously.
Of course we take it seriously.
With nuances, of course, right? We just did 10 two-blocker skydives. That's not a normal drop. And the spread that you see with the different draw is going to behave much differently.
Interesting. So that would be a serious evaluation compared to draws as of spread.
I mean, if you guys don't know out there, Mikhail is FS Nerds, and he has this program if people want to use it for 4-way. So when it comes to statistics and 4-way data, just agree with him. Okay?
Well, then he has to explain a little bit more in detail, but that will be tough for for me to understand. Maybe the audience will. Let's give it a try. What do you mean specifically?
So if you look at a draw, you're going to find mostly jumps with 2 blocks and 1 or 2 randoms. That's the meat and potatoes of the meat. You'll also find a few rounds of where you have 3 blocks. You're gonna find a few rounds where you have either 1 block or no blocks at all. Right? So what we're seeing here with this draw is all of them are 2-block skydives, which means the scores are squished. The opportunities to really run away with something are much lower, right? The best you can maybe do is an extra page, if you really have an advantage.
So the thing is this: if you have 2 extra seconds on a draw like this, you might just get in another block, which means another point or 2. But if you have an extra 2 seconds on a quick sequence, you can talk about 5 points.
Camille, if you can make a 10-minute call with your 3 buddies,
that, in addition to the fact to the draw being a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more standard, no crazy stuff in it, that sets the tone for the results that we saw, right? There's less of a gap between the teams, okay? And the more technical half of the
Matt
draw
Brown, Andrew
has a bigger
Stanford,
gap,
and
as you would
Chewy.
expect.
If you guys can make a 10
So
minute
in
call,
theory, if you would
someone
have
please let
10
me know.
rounds with only blocks, that would be the closest that you can even make up. There are not enough blocks in the dive war, but theoretically, that would be okay compared to 10 random sequences.
But if we can bring the conversation back away from that to, go ahead.
Yeah, so massive respect to France. They're doing fantastic. This is not taking away from that at all.
Yeah.
We just have to look at what's actually happening on the draw, and the amount of experience that each team brings into the competition.
And I feel like shout out to the French team because
100%.
at the World Meet they had a disappointing finish to the World Meet where they were in the medal run and then they ended up fourth, and I can see the disappointment on their eyes in Eloy. And here they kind of stepped up to the plate and they look more confident, they look more hungry. And all of those things are motivating us. I'm looking at the guys during the meet, and I'm like, they're going to be good at the World Meet. We're not going to rest on our laurels or shrink our training schedule. We got to book more training time. And that's a nice feeling to have, that you feel like your competition is challenging you. It's nice to see when you see the eye of the tiger of the teams behind you. And you assume that in Hayabusa, right? But seeing the French, you're like, right on. It might be like a three-way hunting for that gold, realistically, And seeing the youth and hunger, it makes me,
And moreover, the work ethic. They're putting the work in. They're putting the work in. We entered this competition very raw on caravan jumps, right? Again, we just talked about it, right? Like rough first couple of pages, right? We couldn't just go. We needed to sort things out first. Right? And these guys are putting the training in, and they've been here. They've been jumping the caravan. They deserve every bit of their performance.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
And disregarding the sequences and the science behind that, but they tied 2 rounds. That's a fact.
Massive high five.
And one was I think round 1 was a faster one, on the faster side, right?
One of our supporters texted us and went like, what the heck, man? And then I went like, hey, no, it is not what the heck. It's like, they had a great jump. Those 2 jumps that tied us, we had a good jump. And they had a good jump. And I'm like, that shows their true potential,
great.
right?
Well, I can't wait to see some competition again. That was the first outdoor rounds here since beginning of last year.
2018.
That somebody would tie a round. Nobody has won a round yet, but somebody has tied a round. That's promising in the long term. It's still kind of far away, but at least it's promising that maybe some competition will be there, and you're ready for that.
Super excited. Can't wait for it.
Yeah.
The stronger they are, the better everybody will be. It's the best thing in the world.
You heard it. Let's leave it like that. That's a nice word for the day. We're all looking forward, and congratulations to the French team. Congratulations to Shamrock Showdown winner Arizona Airspeed, still undefeated here in the land. That's also matters. Undefeated since 2007, and the Airspeed lineups have been here, quite a few times.
I didn't know that.
And good luck for the rest of the year. We see you in Slovakia soon.
Yeah.
And the French team will be hungry there too, I guess.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
day.
Thank you.